All right, we are live. Things are looking good. We're trying out 1080 again. You guys said it worked out all right, so hopefully it works out again today, depending who's watching whatever shows upstairs. Scrolling up, still a quick roll call. Andres 23007. What is going on? Sherlock's.
Whoa. Rod pots.
I don't know what's going on there. I had some like weird background noises happening. That's not supposed to happen. Anyway, continuing on. Tony Mancini, what's going on? Fully Electric is here. Budweiser. So yeah, I don't know why I had that. I don't know why that background music was there. I thought it was all shut off. Hold on, I'm gonna move this over and see what the. Never mind. Forget about it. We won't do that. Continuing. Travelers Travels, what's going on? Mining Potato, Skirm, son of a Rabid Panda, Riga Crypto, First Time 13, Black Sales, Alexander Fleener, Crypto Baltus, Chris Hanley, Nerd Things and more. What is that? My Cinema X, what's happening? Scrolling through. BG, what is happening? If I buy 6K as zeros right now, will I ROI in 3 days? No, not in 3. Well, technically, maybe if you wait, if the bull run price goes high enough, in theory, if you hodl, you could ROI in maybe 3-4 days. Possibly. I doubt it, but hey, you never know. I heard FOMO mining is what all the cool kids do. Yes, it is. I want 3 KS zeros. Everyone just wants KS zeros like crazy. So be sure to hit them links in the description if you are looking for all sorts of miners. We have all sorts of links and discount codes to various places. Alvadas Jokabadas, what's going on? Chirus TD. Scrolling through. Crypto Perks, what's going on? I think we caught everyone by the. Oh, just jumped on me. We got Tamar Muhammad. What is happening? 3 Fox Co. Chadwick's Racing, mining in the Shire. AB smoke makes exhausted heat. Yeah, the smoke it got pretty bad there. There was it last week? There was a day where it was horrible. Oh, you couldn't breathe, couldn't do nothing. Eyes on fire. It was bad days, bad times. So it is Sunday. We're doing our AMA about. You can ask questions about anything: GPUs, CPUs, ASICs, FPGAs. Quadruple hop keyboard mining, stream deck mining, pencil mining, speaker mining, whatever you can mine with, try to ask questions about it. Half that stuff you can't really mine with, but you know what's going on. Zephyr saving the day. Zeph, yeah, what's Zeph looking at right now? Well, it is for now, but it might not be for long. Well, the hash rate could drop off. Let's take a look at that. What's Zeph doing right now? Oh yeah, back up to 4. It's seen some nice dips here. So what was it? It hit the 4 yesterday, then it dropped back down to 280, went up to almost 5 cents short of $5 yesterday, and now it's dipping back down. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, these guys right here, C3, Monero Ocean. I do like Monero Ocean, don't get me wrong, but oh my gosh, they brought in so much hash rate. We'd be making millions right now if it wasn't for these two guys right here. Obviously, millions is an over-exaggeration, but, we'd be making some nice money right now. If it wasn't for these two pools bringing in so much hash rate, it's crazy. It's crazy. We could knock 300 megahash. 50% of the hash rate is on these two pools right here. This one right here actually says it's 46% by itself. So, there's about 400 megahash here, 605, 624. Yeah. So craziness, crazy stuff there. Though we weren't there, we'd be laughing right now. All you CPU guys out there, we'd be laughing, wouldn't we? We actually, technically, we've been laughing this whole bear market in theory. Most of it. There were days I had to shut off. That lasted about 2 days. So, I had 2 bad days this entire bear market when it came to my CPU. So that's all right. I ordered a 4090 for VAST4U server rig. Will be delivered tomorrow. I got a Zotac 4090 Trinity OC. All I could get for a decent price. Nice, awesome. I'm up in the air. I don't know if I want to get any GPUs, even if it is for VAST. I feel my CPUs are probably making more than wasting money on a GPU. But if everyone buys CPUs, obviously we're going to turn into GPUs. So yeah, go ahead, keep buying them GPUs, and I'll stick to this. But one thing we do have to look at here is look at the most profitable GPU right now. Can you guys guess what it is? Too late, you're already seeing. It's an AMD. AMD 6800 XT. It looks like the most profitable GPU. Tied with a 4070. The 4090 is down to 2-cent profit. What? It's still down to 2 cents here. 6900 XT, 2 cents. What happened here? Like, I don't even know. I didn't even follow any hash rates. Like, let's look at something. Where's the Dynex? Let's look at Dynex. Like, DYN. Hash rate going, no, what? Hash rate dropped. Oh, that was probably when the update was. Okay, that makes sense. But, like, seriously, what's happened? That isn't even that much. 1.47. This looks like it's a lot more drastic than it is. Look at this. See this? It looks like a cliffside just falling off, but really it's not. Look at that. 1.47 gigahash down to 1.36. So it's not even 10, or not even, like, what is it? 100, that'd be, I guess, mega hash then. But, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's not a huge amount, but it looks like a landslide off the Ordelio there. Yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. A little tongue-tied. You're running to Best Buy now. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But, if you need parts, there's Amazon links down there too. Click those. Running to Best Buy. Okay, all in NVIDIA cards. Wait for NVIDIA to unlock GPUs once more. Yeah, that's a big thing with Dynex. I still don't think they're fully unlocked, but eventually they will. I do know, what coins was that actually that these are on? Okay, that's Dynex. Okay, it's all Dynex, but I believe most of these are due to Kapow. Aren't the AMDs better at Kapow versus the NVIDIAs? A lot of people talk about a lot of the Kapow coins. I don't touch Kapow at all. If I have a choice, I don't do it. It has to be like 20 or 30% more profitable than everything else, because it's going to increase my power bill quite a bit. And it's going to have to cause me to turn off other rigs because it's using more power. And it's just a huge headache. Kapow, it should not exist. Cleared out a call center, tossed over 300 PCs. Oh my gosh, really? Tossed over 300 PCs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, Epics, they're horrible. Don't buy them. Chadwick's Racing Epics suck. Stay away from my 6900 XTs. Sorry, could not mine. NVIDIA is the best on Raven. Is it? NVIDIA is the best on Raven, so that'd be the best for anything then, because Raven is on Kapow, and a lot of these things are on Kapow things. Chubb said something about Ravencoin going down. I think I caught that. I actually had time to watch some stuff yesterday. I caught some of their live stream, and I believe that's when Hawk was talking about their blockchain. The Explorer went down. So let's just actually have a look and see if that's still a thing. Ravencoin Explorer. Let's open this up. If we scroll down here, we can see. So it looks like they have two Explorers. There's obviously the Ravencoin.network, and that looks like it's taking a while to load. So I'm assuming this one is not working. Explorer is, yeah, it doesn't look like it wants to load. So yeah, so that one's down. That link's not working. Let's try the other one. Raven.tokenview. What is this? This one looks like it's okay. So this block Explorer looks like it's working. So 28 seconds ago, 2 minutes ago. This one looks like it's working fine. So one Explorer link is down, the other one is not. So that could be, I believe that's what they're looking for. Was their main link, their main Explorer link wasn't working for the past few days now, and it looks like it's still not. But this one seems to be working just fine. So Ravencoin is not down. We can see stuff getting validated here, and age and all sorts of stuff. Blocks being found. It's right up to date. 55 seconds, 37 seconds. So Ravencoin looks to be continuing on. Smooth as sails. I changed my mining strategy recently, given this 1 or 2 cent periods, only mining during the day on solar, running my whole farm, not accumulating all the coins I could potentially. That's true, but you're definitely knocking out, like, remember, as a miner, our largest expense in our whole operation is obviously our power bill. You can argue the fact hardware and stuff like that, obviously, but when it comes to mining every day, your power bill is that. So if you can mitigate that as much as possible, then you're winning. So that's the big thing when it comes to efficiency and so on. For your example, you're not even using the power in general. You're going straight free power for X amount of time a day, which, that's a good thing, because then that's 100% profit moving in when you have your coins. You don't have to worry about that for like offsetting power bills and stuff. If Ravencoin is down, does that mean YOLO on easy mining on nice hash? Ravencoin, it doesn't look down. It looks like it's working just fine. It's just their main Explorer is down, but the other Explorer seems to be working. The chain is working, and so on. So yeah, we'll just have to continue on and see. I just upgraded both KS0 up to firmware, and it said fake. I did that too. I know. I did that yesterday. I was looking at it. Let's bring that up. So as you guys know, Ice River has new firmware, and it's making things look a lot more stable. So here is the KS0, and you know, usually when you look in the dashboard, usually I say don't even use the dashboard because it's all over the place and it's on a 5-minute delay. But if you come in, you know, usually it's like this. Wow, you know, you can see big old. I'll zoom in a little bit more here, might like get a little better. So there we go. Usually it's like a big wave, like a tidal wave going up, down, up, down, up, down. But you can see we're a lot smoother now. Now I have to wait for a full 24 hours, see if we do gain or lose any hash rate, or if we're going to gain or lose any yields. Hopefully we gain a little bit of yields because we have such a steady hash rate, but we have to wait and see. But you can see it's a lot straight here. So this is the KS0 updated firmware. This is the KS1. Right here, we can see we have another straight, nice, smooth line happening here. And here's the KS2. It's nice and straight. So I updated everything, all 3 KS0s, the KS1, and the 2 KS2s. And everything does seem to have a nice, straight thing here. Now, one thing that you do got to point out here, I should do a video on it if you guys haven't noticed it. Now, there's 2 things happen when I was updating this firmware. If we go to firmware update, you find your file. Like, we'll just do exactly what he said, which I don't even know what mine it says. I'm not going to update it. So this is the KS2. So I'm going to come into here, go to my downloads. We're going to go KS2 firmware. You got to make sure you use the right one. And then we're going to open that. So here you can see, just like fake path. You can see the fake path, the number, and whatever. Now you hit update. Now, sometimes, depending on the miner, it would update it, say, okay, updated, and that's it. It wouldn't do nothing. Other miners, it would say update and then reset. Do you want me to reset? Yes. So sometimes it would ask you to reset. Other times it didn't ask you to reset, but you must reset it or the settings won't take effect. Now, I didn't check after this point here. There's a checkbox that says keep settings stuff. I didn't have it checked off. By default, it's not checked off, but it still kept all the settings anyway. And I highly recommend when updating any firmware, don't keep any settings. You can run into issues, but it kept them anyway, and everything was fine in every single upgrade here. But if it doesn't ask you to do the firmware upgrade or the reset after the upgrade, you're going to have to come down to the bottom down here and manually restart your miner, or you're not going to see any settings. It's not going to update the actual firmware numbers or nothing, or take effect until you actually hit that reset button. So we'll point that out, but it was pretty easy. It's simply just upload, done, reset, good to go, and everything is looking just fine in this. So it has been up for about 11 hours now, so we have to wait for 24 to see what things look like. So yeah, firmware does seem to be kind of improving. Actually, I do have a thing here. Keaton here actually posted this in the ASIC chat in Discord. If you're not in Discord, be sure to join up so you can stay up to date on all this crazy stuff going on constantly. He has a before and after using HiveOS, because you can run your ASIC miners in HiveOS if that's something you choose to do. That way you can swap pools, turn them off, reset them, whatever, from HiveOS on your mobile phone at work or wherever. But this is the old firmware before. You can see how it's all over the place. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And this is obviously here, the reset. And then after. And you can see just how much it really did smooth out. So we're seeing a nice steady hash rate instead of like this. Crazy like stuff like that. So it is looking a lot better to utilize the newer firmware that they released there. Huh. All right. Rabid, could you show us your KS0? What do you mean show it? Like show the data? Like, is that before I already did this? This is what you want to see, this right here? Or do you want to see like other stuff? You want me to take the camera over there? Actually, I don't have a cord long enough. Decred is an old coin. Why do you pump old stuff? Yeah, Decred. Yeah, Decred has been around. I don't know when it actually came out. I know it recently is getting some chat here because they swapped their algo. So that's all that's going on here. Decred's been around for a while. It's actually on block height 800,000 with 248. So we can actually figure that out. So 248 seconds. Let's just do here. 86,400. You know, maybe we should go there, explore, because I don't know if this. Oh, it says 4 minutes ago. So it's still. This is still tracking the blocks. It just doesn't have any pools listed for Decred, whatever. But yeah, you can obviously see it's been around for a while. It's a slower blockchain at 248 seconds per block. So that is how many per day? So 86,400 400. And the reason why what's going on here is there's no pools available. People think it's going to be really profitable right now because the yields in theory should be up, because you have to run your own node to mine Decred now, and a lot of people either don't know how or don't want to do stuff like that. So there's a lot of miners fell off because they moved over to Blake 3 or something like that, and now it's pure GPU mineable at this point. So that's kind of what's going on there. So, but yeah, it is an old coin. Who knows what it's going to do. So we're going to divide that by 248, 248.3. So 582 blocks are found per day. 582. So now I'm just going to write that down so we don't lose this. 582. And now we're at 800. 800, 187. We're going to divide that by 582. So this is essentially 1,374 days old. We're going to divide that by 365. So this coin is 3.7 years old. This coin has been around for a while. It's almost 4 years old. So there's nothing new going on with this other than they just swapped the algorithm over. It's a 4-year-old coin is kind of what's going on here based on how many blocks you find per day and the current block height that we're on. So that's what's going on with Decred. You know, you're not mining anything early at this point in time. It's an older coin. So yeah. 582. Oh, Black Sails had it all up there. Awesome. He had it all set up. I should have just waited for the chat. You guys could have figured it out for me. Must be from Canada. It's fine. Coca-Cola. What are we talking about? Decred. Oh, Decred. Is that what it's called? Decred? Decred? Decred. Hey, Decred makes sense. Yeah, I am from Canada. Alberta. Interesting. No pools. There used to be pools. They just moved the algorithm to a GPU coin. Algo. I think it was Blake 3 or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's GPU mineable now. Emissions per day, 3,025. 3,025 is the emissions. Emissions is 3,025. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is only saying 2, but that might have been different. So about 39,000. So it's not paying out very much. It's not going to take, too many miners to absorb $39,000. But that's still not too bad. Like, what's Ravencoin? Let's see what Ravencoin is currently distributed in here. That's 39. It doesn't even say. Awesome. I think actually I might have it in here. Do I have it in here? Raven, where you at? Oh, I don't think this is with the block reward and stuff. So this is technically Ravencoin is probably. Oh no, I am butchering this. Okay, hold on. I just closed out my main screen page there, so that's awesome. I'm just gonna move that back over here. Scroll back down. All good. All right, scroll through. What do we got here? More ads, more ads. Oh, whoa, it just jumped on me now. Uh-oh, FOMO crowd woke up earlier than I anticipated. Oh, box fat, what are you talking about? Can only support all of us if we were POS. I always fork before I have pools working on testnet. Vencat Rabid, Vencat, what? Thesano, hello, sir. I'm new to crypto mining. Someone asked me a question. I'm looking to buy a KS0. It's around 1100 USD here in India. Is it a good choice to buy that, or what would you suggest for beginner? That is crazy. How is it so much there? Like, what do we got here? Where is, like, Miner Bros? I'm pretty sure you can find it for cheaper. Why am I putting Miner Bros and Miner Bros here? I wanted to look at the X5 here, which is why I had it up here. But let's take a look. What's the KS0 at here? Search. Search. Engage. Oh yeah, it's been a little slow today. But yeah, so this is saying 849. Now this is in stock, and end of September batch it drops to 649. So in stock shipping right now is 849. If you want to wait till the end of the month, you can get the $649 one. Now, I do have a discount code. Rabid should grant you an additional $50 off, but shipping and everything is in the price already, and they drop the price down so that imports fees are next to nothing. So this should be a lot cheaper than the 1100 or whatever you said there. That's crazy. I don't know why it's so expensive. Is that a local somebody? I'm not sure, unless they double up with import fees, or I have no idea what's going on, but they declare that lower. But let's go back into that, because that's something we want to look at here. Was this guy right here, the Bitmain Antminer X5 XMR miner. What are you guys' thoughts on this thing that is an absolute beast? And I'm not even lying, this thing is legitly Random X beast. But when it first dropped, there was a few units available for only $2,800. I think it was $2,829. Now the price is obviously up. Because Bitmain does their specialty. They sell one miner and say that they sold out super fast when really they only had one miner, and then everyone thinks that they had such a high demand when they don't, and then they increase the price quite a bit. Plus, so if you get it from Bitmain, which is actually a little bit cheaper here, you can see they have it for $2,999, but you have to pay for shipping here on top of they will nail you with import fees and stuff as well. So it looks good on paper at first if you looked at their original pricing, but after shipping and import fees, this price is a lot higher and usually ends up being one of the worst. But again, depending where you are, sometimes it could be pretty good. But that's an interesting thing here. This X5 looks like an absolute beast. 20 to 30 of September batch. What did it say? That's in 3 days. So it has been delayed. It was originally delayed by a week, and then it got delayed by a week again, and now it's looking like the 20th to 30th. So we'll see what happens. The 20th is in 3 days. Will it ship in 3 days? What do you guys think? This thing going to go in 3 days? It'll be interesting to see how much the hash rate actually goes up. Now, I actually played a little prank in Discord. I'm not sure if you guys were... I don't think I mentioned this yesterday, but check this out. Where is it? Oh, man, is it not here? Scrolling up. I don't have it. So I played a prank in Discord the other day. I didn't put it on Twitter because people are going to be like, okay, what's going, like, oh my gosh, you have one, or, you know, all this stuff. I didn't want to put it on Twitter because it'd be really hard to say that it's not real and people buy stuff and think it's, you know, legit type of stuff. So I'm scrolling up here, just trying to find it. Where the heck is it? Scrolling up. Why can't I find it? Oh, man. Did I pass it? Anybody know? No. Oh, right here. Here we go. So check this out. Actually, I got a bigger one. I'll go down here and do it. So right here. Open in browser. Check that out. Look at that. Here we go. Can I find the proper one? So you guys can't really see that. It's not that big. We can see X5 here. 283 kilohash. Look at that. 283 kilohash. This thing's supposed to be doing 212. With Bitmain, we usually see higher hash rates, but this thing was doing 283. I was actually going to wait till it hit 400 and something, but I thought that would be way out of control. But anyway, we're going to close that out. And then we went into here. And what actually was going on here is I was using a proxy, and I put my farm on it, as you can see here. So I proxied in, named the proxy the X5, and then I pointed my rigs towards my proxy, and then then here's like the whole screen of all my rigs and the X5 at the bottom is kind of what's going on. So I proxied in to make it look like I was mining on an X5 just to say, hey, look guys, X5 is testing awesome, but it was all fake. And that's why I didn't want to put this on Twitter, because that would cause a whole sweep of alarms, and it would really be hard to backtrack on that. Obviously, in Discord, we have a lot of fun, and we play around with stuff, and it'd be a lot easier to contain it, because right afterwards, they said, I'm joking, I used a proxy. That's not the real X5, and it's not the real hash rate. But yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome time. What do we got here? So anyway, back to the X5. This thing is shipping very soon, so it's going to be interesting to watch the hash rates, what all it can mine. There's so many unknowns. I really want to get my hands on this. I think it can only mine Random X, only XMR. It's risk 5, so they say, but I think that's only on Random X. The other algorithms, VerisCoin, Ghostwriter, none of that supports it, so you're stuck with only Random X. Now, I don't even know if you can mine every Random X coin, because there's a bunch of Random X variants, like Random X Epic, Random X Yada. You can only, maybe it's only Random X itself, which limits you to, I think, what is that, Zeph, Monero. There's a couple other coins out there, but the other ones really aren't worth mining, but I guess you never know. But there's Random X Yada, Random X Epic, which are variants. I don't know if they actually support what this is. On top of that, it also sounds like if this thing, because it's so much cheaper than consumer grade for the hash rate and everything, it is cheaper and less power than buying Epic rigs or even buying 7950Xs and 3900Xs. The price is amazing for the hash rate you're getting. And if it turns out to be at a big advantage over consumers, which it obviously is, they may, XMR at least anyway, I don't know about any of the other coins like Zeph or anything, but they might kind of tweak the algorithm a little bit to remove it. That's the rumors. They might do that. So there's so much uncertainty about this miner right now that I have no idea what's going to happen. So it's a huge gamble on picking this thing up. So we definitely have to wait it out and see what happens. Now, after a couple months, if everything looks good, then I'll probably have to dabble into it. We might even see a cheaper price moving forward because of it as well. But again, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Another thing I wanted to bring up, this is still listed here. Look at it. Boom. You guys know about this, huh? You guys know about this one? Look at this. The Antminer L9. Still no official announcement from Bitmain yet, which is what we're waiting on. But this is kind of interesting. You guys may have seen this. This is Viper again, who also was the first one to showcase the X5. Crypto Badger had the L9 listed for a little while. That was a couple months ago. But then you're like, hey, you know, there's no official announcement. This is probably a bad idea. He did remove it. I don't know if he put it back on yet, but he might have. But it's interesting. So let's just kind of take a look at some specs here. You know, 17.6 gigahash. What's the current best L7 is 9.5, and it's doing it at about 34 to 3,500 watts. This thing has less power, almost twice the hash rate as the best L7, which is interesting because obviously we've seen what happened with the L7, the profitability dropped and all that stuff happening across. But this thing is using less power and twice the, almost twice the their hash rate here. Now, one thing we got to point out, like we still don't know. We got Jazz miners potentially rocking. These numbers are looking pretty good. I'm just going to try to figure out a mega hash to watt ratio here. So we got 17,600. I'm going to divide that by the 3260. Members, specs are subject to change. We don't know nothing until Bitmain officially says something about this miner. I don't feel they're going to do it until sometime next year. That'll follow their same plan when they released all the other new miners as well for Script. But there are some rumors saying, hey, you know, they might announce this by the end of the year, which could be possible. They could announce it by the end of the year, but still not ship it for 2 months or something. That could be a thing. But I really don't feel we're going to actually see stuff about this thing probably till sometime next year. But we have to wait and see. So anyway, 17,600 megahash divided by 3260. That is 5.39 megahash per watt. So I just got to write this down. L9 5.39. 5.398 megahash per watt ratio. All right, so that sounds, you know, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's like almost twice as efficient as the L7. Technically, it's better than twice. What is the L7? 9.5 gigahash. Yes, let's go 9,500. We're going to divide that, like, I don't know, the 9 gigahash version I have was like 3,500 watts. I'm going to go 3,450, give it benefit of the doubt. That's 2.75. So, yeah, we are almost just under twice the efficiency on that L9. Now, hash blades. We still don't know if hash blades are going to be a thing or not. Do you guys think a hash blade is going to be a thing? That's supposed to be about 1.9 gigahash, 2 gigahash. We're only like 140 watts. So, let's say 1.9 gigahash. We're going to go 199. All right, so 1,990 megahash. I'm going to divide that by the 140 watts. Okay, that is insane. And this is why I'm kind of saying if these things all end up being real, Bitmain's L9 may be the worst script miner coming out. So we just finished looking at this. 5.398 megahash per watt on the L9. If the hash blade is real at 140 watts, 1.9 gigahash, that is 14.21 megahash per watt. The efficiency level is over double of the L9, which the L9 is almost double of the L7. We can see where we're going here, where we could see a possible hash rate spike, smash out Script. So it's going to be very interesting going into it. Yeah, Techman, I did see that. I saw that Twitter post where he posted out their street is not matching up with the address they linked or something. So we're going to have to look into that. Right now, we're just kind of specking about possible hardware here. So this is 14.21 if it's real. Remember, that's a big if question mark if it actually happens. That's the thing. We have no unknown. So I just want to write down hash blade here on my piece of paper. What we got here? 14.214. Now, there's another big unknown, and it's going to be very interesting. You guys probably know about it. Fully Electric, if you're still there, you know about it. Jazz Miner. Yes, Jazz Miner is allegedly working on a script miner as well, and they're allegedly working on a Bitcoin miner with numbers that are absolutely insane that you would not believe. That's why I don't know what's going on here. But at the end of the day, anyone remember Fully Electric? You still there? Do you remember like what the Jazz Miners numbers were? I don't remember, but it was insane. It was crazy. They are so efficient. Jazz Miner is a company that when it came to Ethash, because that's all Jazzminer's really building stuff on, they couldn't even come close to efficiency levels and making a miner as good as Jazzminer. And if Jazzminer blows them away in script as well, that's crazy. And if they come out, I know Bitmain just released, or they're announcing and releasing that S21 very soon, which looks absolutely insane. Where's Bitmain's website here? Bitmain S21, do they even have anything on it yet, like a spec sheet or something? I know the numbers are absolutely insane. S21, they don't have nothing yet. Oh, I can't remember. What was it? What was the S21's announcement? It was like 200 and some terahash for like 3,200 watts or something like that. Like, it's blowing away every other miner by like double the efficiency here. Like, it's a crazy good miner for Bitcoin. Obviously, we're going to need that crazy efficiency. I feel home mining, Bitcoin home miners is not a good idea because the hash rate's so high and you need very cheap power to profitably mine Bitcoin, especially after the halving. There's going to be a lot of people that are probably going to be selling out here. But besides that, Jazzminer, like, even though that looks awesome, allegedly Jazzminer's coming around 120 to 140 terahash. I don't know for sure, at like 1,000 watts. You know, you could run it on 120 volt. Like, imagine that, a Bitcoin miner pushing S19J Pro Plus numbers at 1,000 watts or 1,100 watts or something. That is insane to think about, because an S19J Pro Plus is using, like, what was it, like 3,300 watts to do that? Jazzminer's going to do it at like 1,000. That's pretty crazy to think about. So we don't know. I can't remember what their script numbers are, but it is something absolutely insane that pretty much makes Bitmain worse, the absolute worst miner. So if the L9 becomes the worst miner, and if Hashblade and Jazzminers do end up being a thing, remember, we're in a 100% speculation mode at this point, but if they end up being a thing, we're going to see script get slammed with so much hash rate that it's probably not going to be, it's going to start turning into Bitcoin at the levels it's at, depending on how many people pick up these individual miners, because the cost to mine script at that point is going to drop quite a bit. And if you have any of that older hardware, you're not really going to be able to mine on it anymore, and that's going to make an L7 look pretty much obsolete, because then there already are looking pretty much obsolete, but we are in that bear market as well. Anyway. Future of Ergo. I have no idea how bought his joke about it. Hashblade is real. Goat confirmed it. I believe him more than Hashblades themselves. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel they're real. I've been feeling they were real for a long time. I've been talking with Ben there for a while and stuff. I do feel they're coming. He has given me some screenshots and stuff that I'm not allowed to technically share there. He doesn't want me to. I guess I could leak it, but then I'd never get any info from him again. But I feel they probably are coming. But again, until we actually see a definitive release on these, we can only speculate at this point. But, you know, I do think that they're probably going to end up coming. What do we got here? But I mainly watch Rabbit Chump, used to watch Soda a lot, sometimes Panda and other crypto roundtable guys. Crypto Russ rarely, unless I don't like his topics. Going through the ads. Look at your Twitter post. Okay, we went through that. So no new ads here lately by the looks of things. Oh, not sure RABMiner would partner with Flux. I'll partner with anyone, you know, it don't really matter. It's not that I don't like Flux. I have no issues with Flux at all. The only thing I say is the truth, and that is that Flux sucks to mine right now because you're making zero in profitability. But that can be the same thing for pretty much every GPU coin out there, is that you're not making anything. So it's not a Flux thing. Flux, the chain itself, is great. They're doing crazy things. They're actually doing stuff that's different. They're not saying, oh, we're the next Bitcoin, we're the next this, we're the next this person. They're not comparing themselves to anyone like that. They're trying to do their own thing and just doing their own path. So I do feel Flux price discovery is going to be big. And as an investor, I'm not an investor or a trader, but like if you're looking to make some decent money, not financial advice, Flux is probably going to be a really good option because they are going to see a lot of price gain. But when it comes to the mining side, you cannot deny the fact that Flux sucks for mining. It's not making anything. That's the bottom line, and that's the only thing that I have towards Flux is that. But that's the same thing with every GPU coin out there. GPU mining sucks right now, and you cannot deny the fact that it does. So that's all it is. I would say it's more secure. I have 10 GPUs on Flux because they're actually working on their project. See, that's another thing. You know, there's different ways to mine crypto. And your reason for mining it is your reason. You know, you have crypto supporters. There you go, right there. 10 GPUs on Flux because they're actually working on their project. There you go. Chris Stewart believes in Flux. And that is a reason to mine crypto as well. Obviously, a lot of us just look at profits and stuff, and that's a reason not to mine it. But if you believe in a project and that's the project you want to help, obviously it needs hash rate to continue verifying blocks and stuff. They need hash rate. So you have people that support the project early on, even when you're not making much, and hopefully it does pay off in the end. Flux will most likely pay off in the end. But myself, I run my rigs as a business, not as a hobby. Like it's a totally different scenario to how you do things. Like I don't even know how to get in this. Like if you're just a hobby miner, obviously you go to work every day, you cover out of pocket, and you have a couple rigs going. You know, maybe you have 1-2 GPUs, maybe you have 10, or, you know, maybe even have 20 or something. But there's a point where, like myself, I can't afford to run anything at a loss because I do use my coins to cover my power. I use my coins to cover groceries because up here in Canada, everything, it's like $100 to buy an apple. It's pretty darn retarded, but you can kind of see where I'm going. So I use my crypto to buy a lot of things out there, and I can't afford to mine anything, any GPU coin right now because it won't cover my power bill. So I got to use hardware that's maximized for profitability, and that's the only way that I'll be able to stay afloat. And that's how I mine crypto, which is a totally different scenario than, you know, mine this, yields are up, wait for the bull run. I can't do that. That is not the way I do it. But, you know, that's another way to do it yourself. I could listen to you talk about mining all day. Well, thank you for that. Yes, I do. Thank you. See, there you go. You got your supporters. The algo is too power hungry for my taste. That's hilarious. No, yeah, he's, you know, some people think like that. That's a big reason why I consider anything kapow. Like, oh, check out this new coin. It's awesome. So I click on it and I see kapow. I shut it off immediately. I don't even look at the coin. I don't care what it is. If I see kapow, not happening unless it's making a lot of money. And right now, nothing is because, like I said, my power, it's the way my power is. It's a mining strategy, and my power, I'm only at 11 cents per kilowatt. I'm locked in at 6.8 cents Canadian price. That's cheap, but the third-party fees are absolutely, they just rip us right off, and there's nothing you can do about the distribution fees and all that other crap. And so, example, you know, I used what I can't remember what I used last month. It was like 8,200 and some kilowatt hours. I think my bill was around 1,400 and some Canadian dollars. And I think my actual power bill itself was only like $350. Everything else was from the distribution third-party fees, which you cannot do nothing about. And it's absolutely horrendous, which actually pushes my power price from 6.8 cents upwards to over 15 cent Canadian, which does drop that down to 11 cent USD. That's still a decent power price. But when I start using a little more power, which I have, and I think my power price is actually up around 12 and a half cents now, because that distribution and third-party fees actually go up a bit based on the power you use. So now, if I start mining kapow, which uses more power, I got to shut off other rigs that already were profitable, and now I'm using more power, and it increases my power bill overall. So just as soon as I see kapow, I say, nope, see you later, gone, not even happening. You want me to look at your coin because it's on kapow? I'm going to say no, because I can't do it. And then we go back, and Flux used to be and now we're really picky. Right now, we're very, very picky, especially in bear markets. Everyone's cutthroat. There's blood in the water all over the place. Remember Ethereum? Ethereum were like awesome. Ergo's like, oh, it uses so much less power. Flux even uses less power than Ethereum did if you tweak your GPUs right. Ethereum was a pretty power-hungry algorithm. Now that we actually look back at it, we always said Ethereum was more efficient compared to kapow. Yes, that's true. Kapow is super power-hungry. But Ethereum was pretty power-hungry as well. We didn't care at the time because obviously everyone was making so much money. And now we're like, okay, we're going to mine Ergo and Flux and stuff. They're more efficient. But now we're looking at even coins that we thought were efficient in the last bull run, thinking they used too much power now. So it's funny how we're all transitioning into different ways of thinking in this bear market and really looking at these algos. And, you know, when it comes to profitability, no one really cares what you're paying for power as long as you're making a whole bunch of money. But now that we're all cutthroat and nothing's profitable, at least on the GPU side, we're like, okay, we can't mine that too much power, not too much power, that's too much power. And before, they used to be like, okay, those are really actually efficient algorithms. But now they're not, because nothing's making anything. It's crazy. I mine the coins that use the most power. That's crazy. I need to fill the narrative. Oh, man. What do we got? I found a way to trade and mine and make some profits, even if you're going into negative while mining. Now I need to grow a bit and try on bigger sums. You know, that's another way too. You know, a lot of people, they know how to play the market. They know how to read charts. I don't know how to do any of that. I fail most of the time. I made 2 good trades, I think, this entire bear market. One was with the flux when it pumped. I sold it. And then you can see where the price is now. Obviously, I didn't wait this long to get back in. I should have. I would have got a lot more flux, but I did gain more flux from doing that. There was another one. I can't remember what it was. I don't know what the other coin was that did the same thing too. It pumped and I sold it. I know I did do that with Kaspa, but then I gave up on it dropping back down to what level I wanted. So I bought another rig instead of buying back in the Kaspa. But I'm still stacking Kaspa. I'm letting that go up. But yeah, it's crazy. Did you see what? Flux RTM? Like, that's a trading pair? Flux RTM? No, I didn't see that. Where is that? Trading easy, buy high and sell low. Yeah, you know, if it worked that easy, if we could buy high and sell low, we would all be trading experts. But to actually do it the proper way, we all suck. So, you know, what do you mean? Unless, are you talking? What? Yeah, what is this Flux RTM? Is that like a parallel asset, or is this like? Are they actually making RTM? Yeah, I mean, is that a trading pair, or is that like the parallel asset that they're doing? Like, what do you mean? You minted Flux on RTM. What? Or did you make? Or did you make? Did you make a Flux coin on the testnet? Is that where you're going with this? What's going on? I'm confused. What are you talking about? Maybe you made the token on the testnet. I think I now understand the concept. Buy low and sell high. Concept finally took me 10 years. That's what you did? Okay, so the testnet. You made the coin. Okay, that makes sense. I got you there. Okay, I understand what's happening. That's cool. It's awesome that you guys are, doing all this on the testnet, learning how it's done. I got to test it out and play around a little bit so I know how this is all done. But yeah, Raptorium is getting assets and smart contracts and everything. It's currently in testnet. And that's awesome, because once it hits mainnet, and who knows, sky's the limit once things go to mainnet like that. Raptorium, when it starts getting tokens and being built on, and who knows what could happen. We're going to see hopefully we're going to see some nice price discovery go across the board there. Yeah, that's an RTM asset on the testnet, the Flux one he made. But yeah, they got the smart ass. Yeah, but that's what they're doing. That's what the other thing about the smart nodes, because the assets and everything is being what's that called? Confirmed, I guess, being validated on the smart node side. So that's why it's nice. I have a smart node there. Obviously, we all know this, and I'm trying to get another one. I'm up in the air. Should I just get more coins and quickly get one before? Well, RTM is like dirt cheap right now, or what are we gonna do here? But I'm up in the air on that one still. But yeah, the smart assets and everything and tokens and stuff are all going to be validated on the smart node side, which means smart node earnings will be validating the transactions there, and we might see a little bit of extra revenue coming out of the smart node side if you have one, or if you're using iNodes or something like that as well. Well, the Raptorium chain itself, the main Raptorium, is still being validated on the CPU side, which is their main transactions there. So it's like a double blockchain happening. It's kind of interesting how they're doing it. It's pretty cool, but we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, Raptorium, they're very actively building their blockchain, their coin, and we have things coming. And when this stuff hits and prior into the next bull run, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting times for Raptorium, I feel. And that's another reason why I'm trying to stack up some more CPUs, because if we see another, 1 cent, 8 cent, 10 cent, 50 cent Raptorium explosion, that's going to be pretty insane. No one knew ETH would hit $3,000, right? So we'll see what happens. What do we got here? Will you please suggest a trusted seller for ASIC to import to India? Venkakik Thansen. I would any link that I have in my description, I can vouch for as being legit, and I'm pretty sure they all sell worldwide and ship worldwide, and I also got discount codes for. So anything down there, I would say try them out and see if they ship there. I'm pretty sure they do because they're all worldwide, but you know, I can't guarantee. I don't look to see if everyone can do every country, but they do claim worldwide shipping. So just check them out. If it doesn't work, you can DM me, and I can try to find some other methods as well. KS0 firmware updated. Pretty nice. Awesome. Easy admin. You got it all updated. Looking good. Sounds good, I guess, because I can't really see it. I will buy more smart nodes. I need at least 10. How bad is joke about it? Oh, man. Okay, thank you. No problem. I have 2 building. You have 2 nodes right now? You're building your 3rd? That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. I don't even know where I'm at. Where's my pecunia? I don't know why I call it petunia sometimes. I just feel that's easier. But if we go in there, yeah, I got my 1 node on here. Yeah, this is the Raptorium one. I do have 2 Bitorium ones. Do I expect Bitorium to do anything? No. It was really cheap, so I thought I would. It's the first Raptorium official fork, so, you know, I just thought maybe it'll do something. I have no idea. I'm honestly, hopefully it goes up a little bit, and then I'll just sell everything. But yeah, I'm up in the air. Anyway, Raptorium. That's, you know, that's the Mac Daddy. That's the big one. That's the king of Ghost Rider. But I got that sitting here. Now I do have some iNodes as well. I gotta see where I'm at there. Where's my iNodes link? iNodes, where you at? Right there. I'm just gonna bring it over here and see where we're at. Engage. Okay, I gotta log in. Yep, that one. Yep. Loading. Authorize. Engage. All right, so it should be starting here. All right, it's loading. So stats. So in here I got another 420,000 coins here. So you need 1.8 million coins for a node. How much? And what is this, like payments per day? 420 is getting about 116, 129 Raptorium a day. It's not too bad. It's also a huge fee of almost 20%. So that part sucks, but you know, it's you need 1.8 million. So what do I need here? 1.8. I'm gonna subtract that by 420, 809. So I need another 1,379,000 coins for another node. So I'm up in the air. I think it'd cost like $1,400 or something to do that. Like I said, I'm not a trader, I'm a miner, but I'm really up in the air on potentially 1.4K. Yeah, it was around that somewhere. So I'm up in the air. Should I just fill that up, send that over to Petunia, and, you know, lock in another node? Oh, I'm really up in the air on what to do there. I can lend you 4.8 million for nodes, 10% APY interest. Hey, maybe. That's technically that's cheaper interest than what you would be getting on iNodes. So I guess I'll just start my own thing. But I still have to pay the 15 every 6 months for the hosting. That'd be too hard to figure out. No, I don't want to do that. I found an American quarter in my change. I will send it to you for $1,749. That's about what probably a quarter's worth. That's probably what a U.S. quarter is worth in Canada. It's about $1,700. With some Oracle magic. Yeah, they're free. I think you can get a free one. Yeah, the Oracle. Do they still do that? They still have the free VPS or something? I tried it and they wouldn't let me, so I don't know. When you coming on Trillion Discord to chat? Oh yeah, you guys are always in that chat asking me to chat. I don't know. I don't chat much. I don't have much time. I'm busy like constantly. Like I jump in the Discord, say a few words, say okay, yeah, answer a question, and I'm out. I'm gone. I'm doing other stuff, looking stuff up, trying to think of what to do a video on. It's rough time, especially in a bear market. You don't know, trying to think of what type of video to make. We try to make videos every single day, and sometimes twice a day. Some people are taking breaks, and you'd like to take breaks, but I feel long-term growth. To me, this is like a daily show. A lot of people come into here. YouTube is like watching your daily show on TV or something. So a lot of people expect that, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, which is my time when I release it, to have that video released, something to do while they have their coffee or, getting ready for work or anything like that. So I always try. I'm always looking for, some type of content to kind of put out there. Obviously, if something breaking happens or brand new firmware, which I didn't really do with the Ice River thing, but, something happens or a new miner releases or something testing or hash rate spike or whatever, maybe I throw in a second or third video that day, but, it's sometimes happens. But, I try to stay consistent and happen every single day, and it takes a long time to actually figure out, what am I actually going to do it on today? What's different than the other day, and stuff like that. Cryptex pool. Cryptex pool is a pretty good pool, yes. I got to retest it. I did have that in the KS0. Where is that? I have the video. Okay, Octa.Space fix, Cryptex, Ironfish right there. Best pool part 1. Yeah, so this one right here, when I did this, Cryptex didn't update their pool yet. So now I got to go back and they did the stratum fix. Now in theory, pools might not even need the stratum fix because I think that new Ice River firmware might have fixed this for every pool. So in theory, any pool test that has happened now since the firmware update on top of a lot of these pools updating their pools is null and void. I got to start from square one and do everything all over again because everything just changed. So yeah, I guess next up I might have to just do these 3 pools again here and see what's happening. But yeah, Cryptex was in that one. It didn't win. K1 pool won, but now with the new firmware and Cryptex updating the stratum and all this stuff, it might be pretty close or on top of that. Now, one thing I do want to point out though, I began, but then I messed up. I messed this up. Let's see if it's still here. So I'm going to go to 2 miners and I was doing hum pool. So I was doing 2 miners and hum pool in my last test, and they were pretty much, look at this, and I shut it off. I missed it because of what I want to do, because either one, they don't show the past 20, they don't show your daily payouts and stuff. So I have to track everything. As soon as I hit 24 hours, I have to go write down my number and see what it's at, and then to minus it by the next one. And when it first started off, 2 miners in the first, I think it was the first 2 or 3 hours was ahead by like, I don't even know, like 5 or 6 Kaspa coins. It was edge ahead. It was like, okay, this is going to win. But after a full day went by, they were almost identical. Look at this. So anyway, what happened here, it was actually a day and a half or something. I missed my time. I was watching a show or something upstairs. I came down. I was like, oh my gosh, I missed it by like 4 hours. So I'm like, I got to reset my whole test. I totally blew this test up. I totally forgot I was doing this test. I missed the 24-hour point by like 4 or 5 hours there, and I shut them off. And then I just let it sit out. And then it was like a day and a half or something. And then I just looked at the final, and look at this, 103.56 coins. And here we got 104.44. So that could have been anything from a good luck day versus bad luck day, but they were pretty close, within a coin of each other after a day and a half. So these 2 pools are pretty good in terms of comparison. But again, I totally missed that 24-hour period, because what I want to do is write down that number and see how many it got, for like 3 or 4 days in a row, which one, if they're pretty close every 24 hours, or if one seen that, and then see what the final was after a week or something to go from there. But I missed my date. It screwed up my whole test, and I just shut them off, and I put them all back to K1 pool. I was doing a reset here, so everything would come down, and then I'm going to go back and try it again. But, it was looking like these are actually pretty darn close. 103.56. I'm just going to actually look at these side by side here. 104.44, subtract 103.56, 0.88. So there's only a 0.88 difference between the 2 pools. That's pretty good to do a pool comparison. That means either pool will pretty much give you the same. So I want to revisit that test. K1 pool did win my previous ones before. So I just want to put these pools up against each other and come down to what's the best pool. But that was very interesting. So I got to reset all this stuff, especially now that the new firmware is here, because that could change every number we just had. Anyway, yeah, how about that? KS01 coming 200 gigahash, 115 watts, $666. Yeah, is that the real numbers that they're trying to sell it for? KS01. Wait, what? KS01. Oh, you're doing that. So I don't know. Is that the fake one? There's a scammer firmware going around that people are trying to sell the firmware to people, claiming it's an overclock, but it is a scam. But there's also an overclock firmware for KS0s, and I don't know what the numbers are. Maybe that's it. But you can get it for free. So anything that charges money, I'm pretty much considering a scam. But we'll see. Is P2 pool the best? Well, I don't really know. I never really followed that whole thing. The thing with P2 pool is if you run your own node, then you mine across it. Technically, they're trying to run a more decentralized thing because everyone's linking their nodes to P2 pool, but they have control of their own nodes on it. So you're mining through P2 pool with your node connected, trying to add that extra decentralization aspect to it. Now, personally, I don't know. I haven't really used P2 pool. I just see everyone promoting it all the time, so I can't really know, but what is there? What do we have for XMR anyway for pools? Got P2 pool here, hash vault, support, nano pool. You know, they're all pretty good. Like Monero is a nice, they got their hash rate pretty much settled. It's funny because like even this, if you went into like Reddit or something, you say, okay, well, I might want to use hash vault, and they're like, oh no, they're at 20%. Use a smaller pool. Like they're on you, like ASAP. You go anywhere to ask about a pool. If you're entering a pool that's like over 18% because you're thinking about it, they'll tell you to drop to a lower one because they're trying to, you know, really hammer it out. You go somewhere else, you look at a lot of these pools. Yeah, this is the best pool. Go to that pool. Go to that pool. Go to that pool. And then one pool gets loaded up with all the hash rate. And you're not very decentralized at that point. But when it comes to XMR, they're strict. Even the community itself, they're strict on it. And they say, hey, you know what? Oh, that's at 20%. Try the next one. You know, try the 18% pool instead of the 20. Or if you ask about the 18, they'll tell you to go down to the 15% pool. Like, you know what I'm saying here is they try to drop you down a pool to keep that decentralization aspect up. And you can see that Monero is spread out. The hash rate on XMR is a nice kind of spread out there. Any idea what happened to Monero Ocean last night? It's been offline from RandomX for 1 hour. Last night it went off for an hour. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess we can see where's XMR or Monero Ocean. Do they have any? Oh, we have a bunch of announcements here. Let's find out. Pool web mining functionality will be disabled. Okay. Web miner on pool page is no longer. Wait, that's a long time ago. 710. Yeah, that's okay. What's this? General. Anything going on here? A recent price jump is due to the newly Maxi exchange. I didn't know that. Someone staged an XM rig attack on my VPS. Can this be banned here? I have all its configurations. Okay. The reason why price is higher. Okay. There's talking about Zeph, I'm guessing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anyone talking about the pool going down, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened to it. Neoxa's already on iNodes, I believe. They're already on it. You can get nodes for them right now, I believe. They have... how many nodes do they have live there? They have a few, I can't remember. But yeah, they're already live there, I believe. Stream is demonetized. Okay, cool. Thank you. Any idea what happened? Okay, we went through that. I expect the KS0 to add KS01. Just add 2x KS0s together. KS01. Oh, there's actually a KS01. Like, there's a new KS0. Is that what you're talking about, Black Sales? What? That's what you're referring? Is that a thing? For real? A KS01? Like KS0++ or something? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Unaware about that. Let's go to Ice River. Is this real? Do they have that on their website? Or am I just making things up? Let's see here. Yeah, I don't see any KS01. KS01. No KS01. Firo, I missed the pump. Firo pumped again? Lately? Oh, it's lies. Yeah, see, I didn't see it. Anyone never heard about that, so I was like, that's interesting. What's happening? Now, the next thing I would probably expect would be maybe an RX0, RX1, RX2. Think that'll be a thing? Any of you guys? That'll be a thing? Speaking of that, let's see how this is doing. Refresh. You can see I had a little bit of downtime here. I didn't even realize it. I missed this. So I had the E300 on Radiant, and it wasn't mining for this whole span here. I was like, oh no. So now my 24-hour average is like crap. But oh well, we'll have to build it back up again. But yeah, I had a big gap here. But yeah, we're mining some Radiant with the E300. Now it's interesting timeline, because remember the E300 dropped on Kaspa and it was doing about 14, 15 gigahash. It was awesome. And then Ice River emerged. Now the E300 and everything finally got support. Now FPGAs have been on Radiant for quite some time now. Budweiser remonetized. Thank you for the $2 Canadian there. So FPGAs have been on Radiant for a while. You know, FK33s. You can get your own bitstream from the miner devs themselves in their discords, and they've been out for a while. But now the E300s finally got their support. Now, there's an ongoing joke going on right now, but it might not be really a joke if it actually happens. So Ice River, you know, is a smaller company. We didn't expect them to actually have real ASICs when they announced their KS1s and KS2s for Kaspa. And then look what happened. We found out they're real. So now Ice River has credibility and they can do what they want. And Ice River is working on new coins now, other than Kaspa. I know one of them, I believe, is probably Bitcoin. I think they might be working on something on, but they might be the small company that hits these smaller coins type of operations. And then Bitmain's probably eyeballing them, saying, hey, you know, if there's demand from those guys, we're going to drop a big boy too then. We may as well. We want all that money too. So I feel Bitmain's losing the Kaspa thing because they took so long. So they're failing. Ice River, I think, outsold them completely, unless Ice River is a shell company of Bitmain. That could very well be a thing as well. We have no idea. Chadwick's Raisin, thank you very much for the US $2. Worth more than Canadian $2. That is very true. That is worth more than Canadian $2. That's probably worth about 10 times more. So thank you very much for the 3,000 Canadian dollars from that $2 USD. It's not that bad, but yeah. Anyway, so leading forward, Ice River is working on another coin. So could we, in a couple months, possibly see Ice River Radiant miners? What do you guys think about that? That's going to be pretty big if you think about it, because this will be like the next gap that we saw from Kaspa. This will be the next gap above GPUs and, you know, over the FPGAs. I don't know how many FPGAs are on Radiant currently. I don't know how many GPUs on there because there have been FPGAs for a while. But this is going to be now the next first ASIC above GPUs and stuff. And we're going to see huge profit gains, depending how well they do, obviously. But being the next level over that, you know, it could be another Kaspa all over again happening on Radiant. Do you guys think this will happen? That'll be an interesting subject. Will it happen or will it not happen? TechMan, what do you think? Are we going to see possible Ice River Radiant ASICs emerge? KS RX zeros, RX ones, RX twos, RX threes, RX 3Ms. Will they be a thing? I mine blocks and I cannot lie. Crazy. 3,000 Canadian of RTM hits 1 USD. Oh man, you imagine if Raptorium hit $1, there's going to be a lot of Lambos out there. Let's just say that. And I don't even want to see what the possible sell-off could be. There's going to be so much sell pressure. If it hits 10 cents, there's going to be people saying, I made bank, I'm out of here. Like, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Maybe they're a new company. They could do it. Yeah, that's what I mean. They could too. And it sounds like they're working on new coins now. So I'm wondering what those coins may be. And, you know, if they're going to focus on stuff like this. Because there's a lot of, like, Ice River knows that this is a success. You cannot deny that their Kaspa ASICs are a success. And I feel they outperformed Bitmain by a lot. They sold a lot of miners. They've been backordered for a long time. I think they're finally caught up. And Bitmain's not selling any. Their KS3s aren't really selling based on the latest intel from some of the other people. Like Bitmain says they released 4 batches already. They didn't. They released their first batch. That's it. Maybe 4 times. So what happened with Bitmain is they only had like a couple hundred miners of the KS3. And then they didn't even make them better. What they did was put different firmware in them. And originally they were supposed to be, 6 terahash? And then they went up to 8 or 9 from firmware. And then they charged an additional $5,000. You already dropped $48,000 into your machine, and now they're asking for another $5,000. So you either lost your $48,000 or went through the trouble to get it, and then, you know, obviously if you drop that amount of money, you could probably afford another $5,000. Thank you very much, Chirus, for another 2 USD. Zelcore is the most secure trust repro wallet, except for I believe it was Techman. Actually, he got hacked in Zelcore, so Zelcore is not 100% secure. Anyway, moving on. Where was I now? I totally forgot. Oh yeah, so Bitmain didn't sell too many, and then they increased the price to 5,000. So then people probably paid it out. So now you heard them. They said they're shipping their first batch. Then they're shipping their second batch a week or two later. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh, they're shipping their third batch. And really what's going on is I think people finally paid that extra $5,000, and then they're shipping it out to the people that paid, and they're doing it in small increments. Like one batch was only like 25 miners, the other one was like 30. Like they're not selling very many miners, and we can tell by the hash rate. The hash rate has not been exploding since Bitmain released their miners because they're just not selling. They're charging too much. They're greedy little devils there, and no one's buying their miners. But Ice River, people are buying them up like crazy because obviously the KS0 is one of the most popular, especially for home miners, because it's cheap and it hardly uses any power, even though technically the KS0 is the absolute worst Kaspa ASIC on the market because you're paying the highest per gigahash and you're also the least efficient of them all. But because the price and the power is good for home miners are buying them up. It's, you know, it's crazy. Boss bought it all. Ice River equals Bitmain R&D depth. Don't be fooled. They don't want to show how much monopoly they have over ASIC miners, so false competition. That's very true, too. That could be a definite thing. It's very interesting how these miners were labeled, what they look like. They could be exactly what you said. You know, that could definitely be a shell company from Bitmain, and whatever they're doing there definitely could be the R&D department. What is that? US $2 US. Thank you very much, Chad Wicks, for the US $2. Zelcore does not have a real TOS. Trust me, bro. Oh man, this is crazy, you guys. Can KSO mine to own node? Yes, the KS0 can mine to your own nodes. I actually released an updated video on that very subject. See if I can find it here. I'll show you right here. Engage. Oh, it doesn't want to load. Come on. Do your thing. All right, is it on this one? No, it's not. It's what? Hold on. I'll find it. Let's just have to go back into this department here. Content. Kaspa. Kaspa node. Let's see what happens. There we go. Smashing solo blocks with Kaspa node setup. No difficulty setting. Yeah, this video right here. So if I just put it in here. Bam. Yeah, Kaspa solo nodes with ASIC support setup. So here, I'll just put that in. Where is it? Right here. That is how you set up your Kaspa, your node for ASIC support. Son of a rabid panda. Guys, careful with the Good Morning Network, as currently the Peppy Core, Peppy W domain links in the Good Morning Network Blocks Explorer. That domain is still under the original developer. Wait, is this live? Fully Electric is like the what? Fully Electric was a 45-minute lag. He was way back there. He doesn't know what's going on. He was like, okay, where are we at here? He's probably answering questions now from an hour ago, and we don't know what's going on. Oh, crazy. I don't know why there was so much lag. Apologize for that. Is it me? Am I the lag? I don't know. I could be the lagging. Do a quick browser refresh now. Sometimes that fixes the lag. Also, hit that like button, guys. We got 72 viewers, 45 likes. I think we need a lot more likes. Like it now. In 3, 2, 1. You ever watch those annoying videos? They do that, so do it. Okay, what do we got here? 26,000 Canadian. What's 26,000 Canadian? Some home miners can't use anything over 1,800 watts per circuit. Very true. Yeah, you definitely need 240 volt for that. So yeah, you know, the KS1s, KS2s would come in for home miners technically because they're what 6 and 1200 watts a piece. But yeah, if it's a lot of people only have 120 volt, then you're limited to only certain equipment. You can open several tabs and give several likes. Oh where has Red Panda gone? Oh where indeed, kind of like where's Waldo? Yeah, he's on vacation doing his thing. I think he should be back soon, shouldn't he? Well, he was going for a month. How long has he been gone? A couple weeks? Yeah, he should be back in a week or so, I'm assuming. But I'm not actually sure. I seen that he ate a frog the other day. He was eating frogs. Poor frogs. Poor frogs. Frogs are cute. Don't you agree? I think so. Better agree. I like frogs. We actually have a frog. We got a pet frog. Funny story. You want to hear the story? I don't even know. This has nothing to do with mining. So funny story. I was mowing the lawn out by the garbage can, and all of a sudden I seen something hopping around. I was like, what? So I look, and my lawnmower cut his foot off. It was a baby. This is a tiny little tree frog, a little baby. So I took him in the house. I was like, oh, I cut his foot off. Everyone here likes animals, right? So we kept him, and his foot grew back. And we've been feeding it every day. All through wintertime, we go to the Canadian Tire. We buy worms. Feed him a half a worm every couple days, and we go in the garden, dig up worms, feed him moss at night and stuff. We find a moth going around the lake, grab it, throw it in there, he eats them. We had him for about 2-3 years now. Nice little tree frog. Foot grew back, good to go. So yeah, that's my story on frogs. Yeah, his foot grew back. It was crazy. He's like perfectly fine now, but yeah, lawnmower chopped it off. There's blood everywhere. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, grew back. RPM told me he will be back last week of this month or first week next month. Okay, yeah, so he'll be back here soon. Rabid's Animal Rescue. Well, I kind of injured it in the first place, so it's not really... Why is my... Is that right? My screen looks weird, doesn't it? It just... I don't know. The layout looks... Something's messed up. Am I on the right thing? I don't know. Let's take a look at that. We didn't look at any CPU mining profits. Let's look at that. Let's do that. So, add CPU. Let's look at a 3900X. Let's throw in one and load it up. 11 cents per kilowatt hour. Engage. Holy crap. Ignore this. Zeph is not that profitable, I swear. I'm just kidding. BitTorium is in second at 13 cents after power. 37 cents on free power. 89 cents. That's it. Oh, interesting. So what is... All right, let's take a look at a 7950X. What's that bad boy doing on there? Boom. 92 cents. Dollar. Okay. Nice, nice. $1.27. 34. Okay. Let's take a look at the Epic. Bam. All right, Epic Power. What do you do? Oh, my gosh. So, yeah, 339. 250 after power. Not too shabby. Okay. And now, of course, we got to do it. The Bitmain X5. 212 kilohash at 1,350 watts. $14.99, $11.43 after power. This thing is a beast. This is one of the most profitable ASIC miners you can possibly have on Zeph right now. Or for anything other than the Kaspa ASICs. Oh my gosh. There's so much unknown with this miner. I don't want to buy this miner, but I do at the same time. Because it's so cheap for what you're getting. But the uncertainty is like, what if they fork? What if they say, all right, see you later, Bitmain, we don't like you. There's a lot of people that don't like Bitmain. So unless they're actually physically working with Bitmain themselves, we could definitely see these guys say, peace, we're out of here, and move to Ghost Rider, move to something else. You know, do a slight thing. They're going to be going random X1 or something. You know, they could do something. We don't know. That's the uncertainty with the X5 right now is we have no idea the capabilities of what could happen into the future. But it's looking awesome. But yeah, Zeph's looking pretty good. Is there NiceHash rentals going on? Let's take a look at NiceHash. NiceHash profit calculator thing. Are they hash rate being rented at NiceHash right now? Device. Let's see. Is NiceHash doing this? It's up a bit. Not that. Oh, actually, you know it is. 72 cents before power. What did I have? 89. So it's not the best. The rentals aren't up too much, which is a good thing. That's probably why we're seeing, you know, not a massive spike on the network, I guess. It's not up too much. Get back in here. Okay, we're at a bad number here. Let's take a look. Let's go into my CPUs here. Take a look at Zeph. What are we at? 411. Oh, yeah, so we're at that. So let's drop this down. Bam, bam, bam. Boom, boom. What do we got here? 403. $2.03. Engage. All right, so that's not bad. So you can see my farm is making $26.80 right now. After power, $16.30. I should be getting about 6.65 coins at current network condition. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Obviously, it's looking a lot better than these guys right here. Yeah, these guys. Remember when people used to use these to mine? Yeah, I'm just joking. It was a joke, guys. Hopefully this comes back. But you can see the numbers difference. Not looking good. Not looking good. And you know the main reason is too much hardware. Wait, how come my screen is doing this? I don't like it. There should be something in here. Why is it blank? My website's broken. People buying X5s are getting Raspberry Pi 4 chips. Maybe. Mining rig rentals. I did that last year. Is it worth re-looking at? I've been thinking about trying mining rig rentals and seeing how it works. Some people have been doing pretty good. Like, that's one thing you got to keep in mind. Like, I don't know how you have to set it, like how you set it up. Voltage wise, if you have to have it on X clocks or set it whatever you want, I guess. But I don't know the theory, because I don't know if, like, I don't know the purpose why people are renting hash rate in the first place. Obviously it's to mine the coin, get it, and do whatever, but it seems like as a hash rate renter, you're paying more than what you're getting, but maybe it's in hopium that the coin will go up in value. But at the same time, why don't you just buy the coin? You'll probably get more than renting hardware. But with that aspect in place, because that's people are renting hardware, obviously, that you probably will be making more renting out your hardware than mining the coin directly, because people are paying more to rent your hardware. So I don't know. I got to try it out and see how it works. But it sounds like renting your hardware is doing pretty good. What do we got here? I see DJ Mines rolled in with a rocket ship. Just looking around, not on pumps right now, but normally yes. It's for solo miners. What's for solo miners? Mining rig rent. Oh, mining rig rentals is for solo miners. I hope you get some good luck there. Sorry, is now back. Okay. Sometimes it's, why do YouTube puts this heart right here, and I can't see the very bottom, the latest message in the corner. So. Fully electric. Rabid mining, sometimes it's to kickstart new networks too with the same algo. That makes sense too. That makes a lot of sense actually. Yeah, if they don't have any hash rate, they need to get some on there just to get them Genesis blocks and a few blocks rolling. Sure, yeah, I can see some hash rate. People looking at it. That works. Solo mining. I'm up 3K renting hash rate, but it's all luck, so you never know. Not recommended unless you're fully ready to lose your money. Like solo. Yeah, for sure. Don't do that stuff unless you're losing your money. We're miners here, though, so we shouldn't really be talking about renting hash rate. Now, some people have. I know, like, when some new Ghost Rider coins emerge, they fire their rigs on it, and then they rent all the hash rate they can. Try to get as many coins as possible. But the last 3 or 4 didn't really work out too well. How are they doing anyway recently? Let's take a look at that. What are the new coins looking like right now? Engage. Okay, that. So reaction, how are you doing? 000. Okay, you're dropping down to nothing. All right. Next, Vars Chain. You are dying also. All right. Next, Skytear. You are. Oh, whoa. You had a spike here, kind of. It's still kind of dead though. I got excited for a second, but I guess I shouldn't have because I already sold all this. But, there's a little bit of green there. Not doing much. Too easy to get into a cycle. Keep chasing the block. Hey, bro, give me a helping hand. I have clean energy here in Brazil. Send me any machine. I would be very grateful. Or I accept donations crypto to strengthen me in mining. that would probably cost like me $1,000 to send something out there. Oh, Canadian shipping is horrible. But I don't have anything. Everything's being currently used. But green energy, that's the plus side. of things. Yeah, that heart thing gets in the way. Oh yeah, you guys have it too then? Yeah, I don't know why. They should move that. They should move that thing out of the way because I don't like it. I have to like do weird stuff to see what's going on in the chat. All right, what time is it? 12. Wow, we've been here for a while. Do we have any other questions, guys? Any last minute questions before we probably wrap this one up and decide what's going on? Give it a few seconds here. We'll go through some stuff. What should we check out? What do we got here? Oh yeah, let's take a look at these ASICs. What do we got for ASICs here? Continue. Engage. All right, so we still got the KS3. Obviously, is Kingpin. We got the X5. There you go. X5 is looking like 1143. I guess we already seen that in the calculator there. Jazzminer X16P is in third. But look at the difference here. You imagine Monero, a Monero miner at $11.43. Random X. That's crazy. Crazy. L7, K3, D9, K7s. Absolutely horrible. So yeah, let's actually just look at that. Let's compare that right quick. So we have the L7 is 9.5 gigahash, 3425. L9, 17.6 gigahash, 3260. So yeah, less power, more majiggers. What do we got here? More hash rate. Almost double the hash rate, less power. So it's not looking good for an L7. Now the future of the L7 is not looking too hot. My D9 and K9 make way more than that on Nice Hash. Yeah, is the D9 still getting rented a lot? That's good. That's awesome stuff. X5 should come with solar cells and some batteries. Yeah. Do that. Is Flux at 1500 yet? No, it's not. It's nowhere near it, sadly. Lost a bit. Is CoinX still down? Yeah. Oh yeah, fully electric. You guys aren't aware. If you have coins on CoinX, you're probably not able to withdraw out of CoinX. I don't even think I can use CoinX here. Let me see. Where's CoinX? Where's a coin that's on CoinX? Anybody? Kaspa? Is Kaspa on CoinX? Let's see. CoinX. Yeah. So let's just click on CoinX right here. Engage. Dear user. Yeah, I can't use CoinX. Anyway. Where's the right one? There you go. Dear user, according to the laws and regulations for the cryptocurrency industry, we can no longer provide any trading service in your region. Not no longer. They never did. So they shouldn't. They say, we just can't, you can't use us. They should say that. Dear user, can't use us. Bye. Please, for your love and support, and thank you. If you have any problems, please do this. CoinX service, yeah. CoinX service is not available in the following countries and regions: China, United States of America, Canada, Alberta. All right. So a lot of the big places. Obviously, you can use a VPN and all that stuff to bypass it, but I don't. I just don't use it. But yeah, CoinX is down. They got hacked or something. Allegedly, they said they're going to reimburse people that may have lost any type of funds, but no one has been able to withdraw anything. It's been a little while. This is usually how things start, and then it ends up how everything else did. Gone. But we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully CoinX actually ends up getting things in order. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting times for sure. But right now, like I said, don't leave your coins on any exchanges. Make sure your crypto's safe. And maybe that's something we should kind of talk about right before we wrap this up, is private keys. There's a big misconception here of what's going on. Now, I know everyone's safe. Oh, I got a seed phrase. Awesome. This is great. So, and this also leads into the Tangent thing. I'm not trying to sell Tangent or nothing right now, but it's just part of, learning about how your private keys work. And I may be off, and if I'm off, yell at me in chat or something. As we know, Tangent, they have the card. They have the card there, and the private keys are in that card. It's supposed to be life-proof. I seen someone shoot it. It still worked. I threw it in water. It worked. I ran it over. It worked. It still works. So the private keys, you cannot send your crypto anywhere without your private keys. So what your private keys are, it's access to the tokens on the blockchain. You don't physically have any coins in a wallet. You don't physically have any inside anything. Everything is a number on the blockchain, and the private keys is access to that set numbers, and those coins are designated to those private keys. So, for an example, MetaMask, Ethereum, it's one of the most targeted and hacked places out there because it's so popular. Now, there's differences here. Let's think. We got a browser wallet. Yes, you go into your MetaMask, you do your thing, Let's just look right here. You know, you got your MetaMask, you do your thing, you get a seed phrase with that. Awesome. So at that point, you write down your seed phrase. You can restore it anywhere you want, any type of thing. Now, in order to send your crypto out of something like MetaMask, so say I take my MetaMask, I want to go into send something to, you know, MEXC or something, some Ethereum or some USDT or whatever, I don't have any device. My private keys, the seed phrase is only into your private keys. And if you know, it's a long shot, but if you have a webcam or anything, they can be hacked. All it needs is a picture of your seed phrase. Maybe you have it out to restore something, whatever, through any computer, laptop. Someone across the world can now have access to that, and they can write it down and import it. So it's your seed phrase there. And then once you don't need to re-implement it or anything to send your coin. So once you are in, someone hacks a web browser wallet or a seed phrase or whatever, they have your private keys. They can send your coins wherever they want. It's there. Now that's where a ledger, Tangent, and all these other things kind of come in, where your seed phrase, your private keys are not locked into a browser or something like this. They're actually on the device itself. You have to actually plug it in and get it from there. Now, a seed phrase is still, it can still, like a ledger, if you still got your seed phrase, obviously someone can put it into your ledger, and then they can just import it into their ledger and do the same thing and still hack it. So it's still not technically safe, but it's really hard to get a hold of that seed phrase. Now that's where Tangent and a lot of these things come in that actually don't have seed phrases. The big thing was, where's my seed phrase? I don't feel safe without a seed phrase. I need a seed phrase. It's about the private keys, not necessarily. The seed phrase was always the go-to. It's the way we've always known for crypto, was storing everything on the seed phrase. When you really got to think, it's about saving your private keys. And with something like the Tangent, for an example, because the private keys are linked to the cards themselves, that someone can hack your phone all they want. They can't do nothing without your private keys, and that's where those cards do come in, and why I feel Tangent is probably safer than ledgers and stuff, because a seed phrase isn't exactly safe. Sure, it's very difficult to guess, but again, you have that possibility of someone potentially getting a picture of it if you have it down there, but having it safe, maybe one of those metal things. There's different ways. Obviously you keep it safe, but there is potential that you could possibly lose it. So it comes down to protecting your private keys, not protecting, your seed phrases and other things like that. And web browser wallets, I would highly say, forget all these. These things are massively targeted. If people get into this, there's no device that's going to have your private keys. Your private keys are built within these wallets. So that's why they're hacked so often. Even Exodus, and you click on keylogger or whatever, and they get your login. Zelcore would be the same thing. If people get a keylogger and get in, they will get into your Zelcore. Your private keys and everything are in the frickin' wallet. They're there. It's everything on your desktop, everything on your wallet, everything in your browser. Easily accessed. All you got to do is get into that account and you have access to your private keys. That's why hardware wallets and everything else is more recommended, because the private keys are on that set device, not on your computer, not within the wallet itself, and not sitting on a browser. So yeah, it's kind of 2 cents there. Anyway, does that make any sense to anybody? I probably missed something somewhere, got something wrong, but the point is, keep your private keys safe. That's what allows you to send the crypto and receive the crypto and view it in the first place. And you want that stuff offline as long as possible. Anything on your desktop, anything in a browser. Like, who was it recently that's was it Kaspa actually was doing that? Someone just recently saying, all right, we got our new browser wallet in place. I don't care. I am not touching and storing a bunch of my coins in a browser wallet. I can't even remember. I think it might have been Kaspa. I'm not sure. But don't store coins on that. Don't store coins on a freaking exchange. That's rule number one, unless you definitely plan on swapping it or selling it pretty darn soon. That's the only way you should have coins sitting on an exchange, because then you don't run into possible issues like what's going on with CoinX, what happened with FTX, what happened with, I don't even know, Celsius, and there's some others out there. And who knows, it could happen to Binance too. That Binance getting hacked and losing everything could be the spark of the next bear market for all we know. But it can happen to anybody, so just be very careful. Back in 2014, no one talked about seed phrase. CLI wallets back then only cares about the private keys. Now everyone wants seed phrase. Yeah, for sure. That's a wallet.dat file. That's what there needs to be a transition. You know, seed phrase, seed phrase. It's not the seed phrase. It's not the wallet.dat file. It's whatever's utilizing the private keys. You need to keep the private keys safe. Now we just got into that momentum. It's almost like I can't really talk about that, so I'll probably get eliminated because it's what's going on with the world and using certain systems to brainwash everybody into what it should be. But it's a system that we always knew, and the system has to change. We just think, oh, seed phrase, we're safe. Awesome. I download my Exodus wallet. I got my seed phrase. I can restart wherever I want. I got my account. I'm safe because I got my seed phrase. No, you're not. Your private keys are held within these devices, within these wallets. All it takes is to get into that wallet and you have access to the private keys. That's the difference here. Protect the private keys, not so much worry about just because you have a seed phrase or something. All right, send your coins to me. Free coins handling service. Yeah, it's all about the private keys, guys. It's not, that's what it is. I think we need to do more preaching about that. Anyway, yeah. So that's about this. Wraps this all up. So I guess we're gonna wrap up this live stream for now. We've been here for a little while. Throat's getting a little bit on the sore side. So I appreciate everyone for showing up. I will see you all in the next one.
Rabid out. Private keys, keep them safe, or I'll get them.